Meeting the challenge of the 21st century, EM Petrochemicals, a worldwide company, is embarked upon a quest in pursuit of greater efficiencies and lower carbon emissions. On our roads, in agriculture, on land and on sea, and everywhere we work and play. Manufacturers of products that help you play your role in today's challenge towards optimum fuel economy and reduced greenhouse gases. EM Petrochemicals top-end range, available worldwide.
So what does it take to develop the range of high-performance products you know as top-end? At EM Petrochemicals, it is and always will be about our people. The EM Petrochemicals specialist team is a blend of talent every bit as unique as the products we develop, manufacture and distribute across the globe. From the boardroom to our technical laboratories, our people back our products with knowledge, expertise and dedication to bring you only the very best. Let's take a few moments to look behind the scenes where our technical director reveals just one of the torturous tests we subject our products to. In this case, the Timken load-bearing test that clearly reveals the unique properties of our top-end Shield products. In order to set a benchmark for the testing and demonstration of the products we are about to present, we need to start off by testing the anti-wear properties of a good quality engine oil specified by motor manufacturers. In this case, a 15W40 API CI4 SL engine oil. The demonstration equipment, as said, is a Timken load testing unit designed for the loading of weights onto the arm with a 20:1 load ratio. Each weight placed on the arm will force a downward pressure of 10 kilograms onto the turning spindle, thus allowing us to determine at what load the two metal surfaces will break through the lubricant and allow metal-to-metal failure. With a new bearing in place and the sump filled with the good engine oil, we activate the machine and run it with the short arm in place. With just the weight of the arm on the bearing and getting full lubrication, no sound of wear or stress is detected. But as soon as the 500-gram weight is added to the arm, we soon hear and see the signs of metal-to-metal failure. The bearing shows severe wear has taken place, and this with the loading of only one weight onto the load arm. What we now aim to demonstrate is the load capability that top-end products offer. First, we clean up all the parts with petrol to make sure that there are no leftover contaminants from the previous tests. Then we fill the clean sump with top-end engine flush only and place a fresh bearing onto the load arm. With 4 weights loaded onto the load arm, the engine flush has not failed, but only shows signs of a load spot, proving that top-end engine flush has excellent anti-wear properties that ensure the engine is fully protected during the flushing process. We clean up all the parts with petrol to make sure that there are no leftover contaminants from the previous tests. To follow on, we now demonstrate the properties of top-end engine shield when used together with the same good engine oil as specified by motor manufacturers. With a new bearing fitted, the sump is almost filled with the engine oil. Top-end engine shield is then added as required to full. There is no breakthrough between the metal surfaces with 4 weights on the load arm. We clean up all the parts with petrol. Next in the demonstration is the top end engine extend, designed to prove that the formulation slows down the wear rate in older or high mileage engines that have started to show signs of wear with a resultant loss of power and excessive oil burning. Again, we fit a new bearing and fill the sump with the same engine oil we've been using all along. We run the machine with no weights and then start to add one at a time. As soon as we have metal-to-metal contact, we dab some top-end engine extend from the beaker onto the rotating bearing. The breakthrough is immediately healed, as you can hear. Now, we are able to add further weights with no further breakthrough. It can be clearly seen that the scar has been polished. This tells us that the wear process has been reduced and the engine can give many more kilometers of trouble-free motoring. We should also mention that in addition to the slowing down of the rate of wear in bearings, the viscosity-enhancing properties of top-end engine extend will provide improved ring sealing with a considerable reduction in oil burning. Now, let us look at the fuel systems of internal combustion engines, both spark ignition and compression ignition. One of the major causes of fuel degradation and the build-up of contamination in the fuel systems is the formation of acid, which, if not corrected timeously, will result in not only poor performance but eventual engine failure. We add 93 octane unleaded fuel to these test tubes. Into one we add top-end petrol treatment. Now we simulate the formation of acid by adding 10 drops of 98% concentrate of sulfuric acid to each test tube. Then we place folded tissue paper over the open ends of the test tubes and shake. Note that the right side test tube, which did not contain any top-end treatment, has quite heavy deposits on the walls. The left side test tube, which had the top-end petrol treatment added, is clean with no deposits. If you look at the folded tissue paper unfurled, it's possible to see that the tissue that covered the test tube with no petrol treatment has been attacked by the acid. The tissue that covered the end of the test tube with the top-end petrol treatment has not been affected at all. This effectively shows that the addition of top-end petrol treatment neutralizes the acid, thus preventing the formation of varnish and sludge in the fuel system. In emptying the badly contaminated fuel from the dirty test tube and adding just petrol treatment, one can see how deposits are neutralized and then held in suspension. The top-end petrol treatment dissolves all the deposits and places them into a perfectly combustible solution for burning in the combustion chamber and getting discharged as exhaust emissions. Because the molecular structure of diesel fuel is different to that of petrol, top-end diesel treatment has been specifically formulated to neutralize acids and prevent the formation of varnishes and sludge in diesel fuel systems. This can be demonstrated by using the same procedures using top-end diesel treatment in diesel fuel. After such dramatic demonstrations, It's small wonder that people all over the world add top-end petrol and diesel treatment to their fuel tanks as a matter of habit, busting emissions and keeping their vehicles in the best of health. Top End from EM Petrochemicals, a worldwide company.